I feel like women are the bigger consumers of therapy, right? So I don't feel like there's men out here that are really pursuing healing like they should. I even feel like there should be more male examples of men that are healing in healing appropriate ways. I think the only way men really know how to heal, if quote unquote, is to distract themselves with other women, sleeping around, going out with their friends, work out more. Like they're not really healing. And so I feel like there's a lot, just like there's unhealed women, I feel like there's a lot of unhealed men because women, are the biggest consumers of therapy. I mean, period. Coaching, love, that's just what it is. So what would you say to that?
All right. So I got two things to say to that.
Okay, I'm listening.
One, let me first agree that there are a lot of unhealed men. There's a lot of damaged men. They are not seeking the help that they need. I 100% agree with that. And it is something that we have to work on. I do think it's getting better. All right.
Okay.
I think what we have to understand is that men are not going to be as you're not going to see it. So basically, you'll go on my page and you'll see nothing but women in the comments. What y'all don't see is the men DMing me. So the men asking for help, the men wanting to get a session. So I do get men. Hell, when I go out, I get approached by more men thanking me for my work than actually women. So it shows me that a lot of them are there more than we think, but they're more in the shadows, because I do think for some it's a pride thing. For some it's just, they're in their own little corner doing their thing. But I still would agree that we need more. The other thing, though, is, and this is not to devalue the efforts of women. However, a lot of women are the bigger consumers of therapy, but they're not actually healing. And to me, that's the big problem. It's okay, yes, you went on this healing retreat. Yes, you're going to this therapist. Yes, you did this. But how have you progressed in this process? Have you actually healed? What a lot of women are being taught is how to cope, how to manage, all right? They're not actually resolving anything. So what happens is they learn how to it's almost like becoming a functional alcoholic. They learn how to function with the issue. But then once they get into a strong enough relationship or something, there'll be a moment where they get triggered. And it's like, well, damn, I thought I was past this. No, you simply threw that issue in what I call your emotional closet. All right? You put it in the closet, you locked the door, you walked away, you said, I'm good. But you're not good. Because the next time something significant happens, you're going to try to go back to that closet, and then everything's going to come pouring out. And then you're going to realize, damn, I'm a mess. And then what happens is try to push everything back in the closet, lock the door again, and keep pushing forward. And one of the most best examples of this is a lot of women have to just look to their own mothers. All right. A lot of women, if they're honest, they see the issues with it. Their mothers are 50, 60, 80 years, whatever years old, and they see that they're still holding on to that bitterness. They're still holding on to that anger. Even though their mother is functioning in life, there's still something there. And a lot of women and men have mommy issues, but don't address those mommy issues.
That's true.
Right?
That's
because
true.
society makes it easier to address daddy issues than it does to address mommy issues.
That's true.
So again,
that's true.
Back to your point is, yes, I do feel that women take more action on the surface, but both men and women aren't actually healing enough.
What do you think, okay, if you're going to therapy and you're being taught to cope, what do you think needs to be different about that process? Like, how do you actually heal? Because yes, you're right. Therapy does teach you coping mechanisms, but how do you, I know you have your program. How would you get somebody to a place of healing? What does that look like that's different?
All right. So I'm going to kind of give the overview. Okay. So one, and I think this first step, I think is always achieved in therapy anyway, is identifying the deeper issues. All right. So like I have a thing called the Who Hurt Me list, where you get a piece of paper, you write on there who hurt me, you ask yourself that question, and now everyone who comes to mind, write them on the paper. This is how we're going to start to identify what you've been holding on to. And a lot of times when you ask yourself that question, you're going to be surprised what may actually come to mind and what comes out on that list. All right. Because so many people have suppressed it for so long, they don't even recognize it's actually there. All right. Now, once we've identified the people who have hurt you, the situations that have hurt you, now we got to go to the next step of getting things off your chest. This is where the letter process comes in. You know what I'm saying? And again, where we have to let everything out. See, one of the problems with the letter process with other people's method, this is not to throw shade on anyone's method, but unfortunately, some people will tell you to write a letter. And what people do in that letter is trying to find the right way to express themselves in this letter. That does not achieve the goal of true emotional healing. All right? Because here's the thing. If deep inside of me, I really want to say, I hate you and I wish you were dead. Right or wrong, that's how I feel. That's how mad I am. Me writing a letter saying, you know, I just wish things were different, that doesn't achieve releasing that negative energy out of my system. I need to say, I hate you, I wish you were dead. I have to say exactly what I'm feeling. So a lot of people's letters don't get out the raw emotion. It doesn't get everything, so it doesn't truly detox them of everything that they're holding on to. So my message is about having a draft that gets everything out raw, and then we have a second draft that corrects it in a way that now someone could actually read it and receive what's being said. You know what I'm saying? Then we also have to move on to forgiveness, you know, and understanding, okay, we have to forgive people. And as we talked about earlier, it ain't about we gotta still engage with them and be in a relationship with them, but we have to embrace forgiveness, releasing that. But not just forgiving them, we gotta forgive ourselves. A lot of people's struggle is they have yet to forgive themselves. They keep beating themselves up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta practice new mindsets and change how we go about things. You know, the unfortunate reality is that in every profession, there are good and there are bad. All right? And so there are good coaches and therapists, and there are bad coaches and therapists. And I've heard stories where it's clear the coach or the therapist is damaged themselves.
Oh,
and
that's
so the
good.
person cannot help you heal. So that's nothing. I just want to encourage anyone who's in the helping profession. It is imperative that you do healing work for yourself first. You are in no position to be trying to guide someone. What I've seen is the professional being triggered by what's going on in the client's life.
Transfers. You know? Transference.
And so now you're interjecting yourself into that situation, and so now you're giving them bad advice. You know? So
that's good.
It's just, so again, you got to recognize the pain, the hurt. You got to get everything off your chest. You got to embrace forgiveness. You got to then practice new positive mindsets. And that, again, there's more details to it all, but that's the overview of how we heal rather than just cope and manage.
That's